This will be the demo where I show you how to export in the H.264 format from After Effects. So for your files to be viewable as, for example, a movie file, etc., you have to export those from After Effects. So when you are done, you will export your comp. So you want to make sure that you have just your comp selected here in your project settings. You will click not click, but you want to make sure that it's highlighted. And then you will go to File, Export, and you can add to render queue, but we're actually going to go through Media Encoder. So you're going to click Send That Comp, Add to Media Encoder. And I already have Media Encoder open. If you don't, After Effects will launch it for you. So it should load if you're here in a couple of seconds. If it don't, I'll go looking for it. There it is. Perfect. Okay. So Media Encoder is an accompanying program that comes with After Effects that is designed to optimize your files for exporting and encoding. So for different viewing pleasures on certain devices, you have to export that appropriately. So you'll see here on the left pane, we've got camera, cinema, Blu-ray, DVD, we've got all sorts of options. But you all, since we're going to be posting these mostly online and to conserve file size, you all will be using what is called the H.264 codec setting. And if that is not there, if your comp doesn't come in like this, you can actually click this little drop down arrow here and it will have your settings for you. So these are default settings that are the most popular export settings. So you're going to go to H.264, not sure, bitrate is fine, and then this little guy here, this actually, if you click on it, that shows you where your file is exporting to. So I'm going to call this demo export. Yours, would have your name in it, animated logo, and your name. But I'm going to call this demo export. I'm going to say save, and it tells you where it's going to save it. So if you want it to save at a certain place, you need to make sure that you know where it's going. And then whenever all your settings are correct, you want to click play. And so this will run through your render. And depending on, if you've never rendered anything, depending on how big and how long your animation is, it could take a little bit. These shouldn't take too terribly long. And you'll watch it, and once it gets all the way to the end, again, depending on your computer, this may go slower or faster. So let's take a look and see. If you click back on this link, it will take you to where your animation is. So I'm going to here. Yes. All right, so that looks like I want it to. And again, it's not showing up as a white background, so I would need to go back and add like a white rectangle actually below my graphics in my comp. But that is how you export using Media Encoder and the H.264 codec. So once you have your MP4 file, this can be shared, uploaded, and you don't need After Effects to view it. You could download it and play it, or you could view it online.